Hi, welcome to my channel, y'all, where we're doing gratitude prompts and getting our mindset for success. Period. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you're watching the replay, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm gonna go ahead and set up a poll. I don't know what happened just a minute ago because I set up a poll and then my live just cut off. So let's see. Start poll. Are you afraid of money? Yes. No. I don't know. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Because the first time it cut my live off and I was like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you do such a thing? So today we're going to be focusing on the gratitude prompts. It's what financial fear am I learning to replace with curiosity or confidence? How is that shift making space for new possibilities? So that is a prompt that we're doing today. At the bottom it says, I deserve to be financially free and secure. Say it with me, y'all. I deserve to be financially free and secure. You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve it. So this is what it's looking like. I started writing already. Y'all don't judge my handwriting now. But let's wait a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and write. If you're watching a replay, feel free to fast forward. I'm going to wait until more people come in the chat because YouTube doesn't like to tell people until like the 3 to 5 minute mark. So I'm going to go ahead and write. Welcome back to the live, baby. How are you? I'm doing good. Today has been a very busy morning for me, but I feel really good getting things done. So I'm excited. Did you vote? Are you afraid of money? No. I'm thinking a lot of people are going to say no, but I'm interested to have the conversation of what fear of money can look like. Because even I have fear of money, that if it wasn't for me going through this, I would not have been able to notice it, that was an actual fear. I love money too, baby. Me too. Me and money, we locked in. We get in there. What you been up to? I just had like a couple of appointments with mentors and just people who support my journey. So I have to keep people on their toes today too. That's another thing I have to do. I have to keep them on their toes, because you're not gonna be slacking with me. So that's a couple of things I did this morning. What have you done this morning? You in America, I'm in Africa. A lot of business opportunities for both of us, for sure. That's so real. It is a lot of business opportunities for both of us. We manufacture, cheat you, sell at high rates. Yeah, I know a lot of African men that I've met. They will have like a warehouse, and then they like do the whole like shipping to and from Africa. That's how they make their money. Oh, cheap, not cheap. Yeah. So if you own a warehouse, that is a good business. Get a warehouse, shipping containers, all that, get it on the boat. That's a really good business. Is that what you do? You work for manufacturing companies? Everybody gonna say no. So I'm trying to figure out, if y'all not afraid of money, why we not rich? If you are not afraid of money, why are you not rich? We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. I got a Precise Engineering company. We make custom precision parts, any materials. Now, why are you on here under Will Smith if you got a Precise Engineering company? Is it that you got it, or you just work there? Which one is it? Because you up here playing, pretend to be other people. Y'all make sure y'all like, please. Tell me that, my friend. I don't own it. Okay, not yet. You don't own it yet. But got connections, period. Networking is important. Very, very important. How y'all doing today, y'all? Y'all make sure y'all vote. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can have more conversations like this. Because when we get into it, we're going to get into it. And we're going to talk about it. Because y'all going to sit up here and y'all going to tell me that you're not afraid of money. But I think that you are. I think that you are. Because you are afraid of money. I know that it is. Because if you were not afraid of money, you would have a lot of money. Period. No, I do not speak Dutch at all. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Mr. 3000. Hello, Noah. Hello, Visible. How are y'all doing this morning, afternoon, or evening? Thank you so much, Visible. I appreciate it. Oh, we got 7 people. Thank you, Noah. Oh, 38% said they don't know. 62% said no. Y'all ready to get into it? We almost at the 10-minute mark, so we're gonna get into it just a minute. Hi, everybody, babies. I promise y'all. And if y'all didn't think that y'all was scared of money, y'all might rethink it. Y'all might rethink it. Y'all might open up a little bit. Hi, 200. You said, I'm not afraid of money, but I'm afraid my dreams won't actualize and I'll end up a nun. Oh. Can you shout me out so I can go live? I think you could just go ahead and go live. Just do that, friend. I am grown. I do not play Roblox. Oh, 10% said yes. So one person said that they were afraid of money. So one person is being honest. One person is being honest. Okay, so most people are saying that they don't know or no. Let me see. Thank y'all for the hearts. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I think about, or how I feel about money. I'm afraid of what money does to people mentally, people's mentality. Oh, that's an interesting one. You're afraid of what money does to people's mentality. Wow. I do think that is one reason why a lot of people are afraid of money, because they have a mindset. No, do not do ASMR. They have a mindset that money is, number one, they say the money is the root of all evil. They say money switches up people, how people act. Money makes people do bad things. Money is the reason why people are bad people, is what they say. But it's interesting because in reality, money is not the root of all evil. The root of all evil is just evil. It's just evil. People who do things that they shouldn't do. Money doesn't make people evil. It only exemplifies, it like puts a magnifying glass on the capabilities that people have, and it allows them to do it 10 times more. And then I forgot what the other one was. But it's all about shifting perspective. Will, you said, I feel the opposite. Money equals goodness, people that can give. I agree. I think it's both. You can see the super rich people who are snobby, who are disrespectful, who use their money in evil or selfish ways. And then you have those other people who may not be as put on a pedestal or not seen in the community, but they're using their money to feed the homeless or build community programs. People who are out there building schools, donating to schools, giving kids education. So it depends on what you're perceiving, how you're perceiving it, who is speaking these things to you consistently. Because at the end of the day, money is just money. It's a neutral thing. And what gives money the interpretation of good or bad is the people who use it. So again, the thing, you said I made no sense, LO, but yeah, you got my point. No, you make complete sense. I understand what you meant. So again, the question that was being asked is, what financial fear am I learning to replace with curiosity or confidence? How is that shift making space for new possibilities? So one of my financial fears was spending money. Like, seriously, spending money. Have y'all ever had that fear? Like, oh my God, I'm spending a lot of money. And then you get, like, you just get anxiety. Like, oh my God, I'm going to run out of money. I'm spending so much money. Like, what? Visible, you said, in my opinion, money facilitates and amplifies evil things in people's hearts. Yes, it also is used for good, but it's mostly bad. So yeah, okay. So I agree with everything that you said until you got to the point of mostly bad. Mostly bad. But I agree with it amplifies what's in people's hearts. I completely agree. But again, I do think it's about perspective, and I think the bad thing about it is that the news, the social medias, majority of the time, they're not always mentioning about the good that people are doing with their money. They're majority of the time they're mentioning the bad. So that's the only thing that's being marketed to us. That's the way that we're going to perceive it. So until a lot of times it's unfortunate that we have to go out of our own way to find positive role models to support our mindset, because the media will just feed you whatever they want to feed you. And a lot of times it's going to create a fear-based mindset, constricted, and it's going to be hard to grow out of that if you're just looking at what's presented to you on that phone, on the news, on the medias. But yeah, for me, looking at my bank account, especially like after spending a lot of money, like it's not like I wouldn't have money in my bank account or nothing, but it was just like, oh my God, I just spent this much money. And then it kind of just made me feel like, okay, what if I don't have any money? What if I run out of money? What if something happens? And I just start worrying. I just start worrying. And that's not a healthy habit to have with money. So I feel like I'm replacing that fear with a little bit more confidence, not curiosity, because the prompt is asking like, okay, do you replace it? Are you replacing it with curiosity or confidence? And I think it's more like confidence for me, because I do believe that if I organize my money in a particular way, I'm already focused on growing the amount of money that is coming in. So that's not the issue that I'm having. The issue for me is financial organization. So I feel like if I can organize my money to say, okay, this money, and we talked about this before, but this money is going in this place, this money is going in this place. I know I can spend however much of this money that I want if I want to. This money is only going here. I think that that will give me more ease to say, okay, whatever I spend is what I spend. If y'all are wondering, I'm getting all of this information from the Money Mindset Gratitude Journal. If you're interested in getting it, the link is down below. You can purchase it on Amazon. Very easy, quick if you have Prime. But like I was saying, I'm definitely replacing it with confidence. I do think what I will do sometime in the near future is reach out to some type of financial organization, somebody who can give me more support on financial organizations. Seriously, I think that if I can find someone who can give me more support on how to organize my finances, how to go about it, I'll feel more confident. Because I think just doing it all on my own and trying to figure it out all on my own, it kind of like puts it all in my mind, but it's like an unsurety because that's not my field. This is not what I study. This is not what my primary thing. But what about y'all? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because we got 11 votes. So again, 55% of people said no, and 36% said I don't know, and 9% said yes. So only like one person was able to be like, yeah, I'm scared of money. And then like about 3 to 4 people was like, I don't know if I'm scared of money. Sometimes it's important just to be like, I don't know. I never even heard that it's possible to be scared of money. Have y'all ever heard of that? Have y'all ever heard the fact that you can be scared of money? Like, it's very interesting to me. But, the next one that it says, how is that shift making space for new possibilities? How is the shift making space for new possibilities? And one of the things that I just want to do with my life is just spend money and go about my day. That's it. I want to spend large amounts of money and go on about my day like as if it never happened. Like, okay, I'm appreciative in a grateful way that it happened, but just like, okay, the same way that you go to the corner store, you spend $1, you get whatever you want, and you go about your day. You gotta watch my video yesterday, James. Are you the same person who asked me that question yesterday? You that same person, James? Let me know. Because I think you just trying to make conversation. You just trying to make conversation, ain't it? That's what you're doing. I think it's what you're doing, friend. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, why are you asking me the same question 2 times in 2 days? James, do you happen to be a white man? Are you wanting to take me on a date? At this point, I date anybody who loves me unconditionally. I'm getting to that point. If you love me unconditionally and you want the best for yourself and you want the best for me and our family, it's whatever. I'll fall in love. I'm getting to that point. Do you have a good money mindset, James? Any man that has a good, healthy money mindset, organization, all of the above. I'm getting to the point. It's as long as you got that. Hey, Devin. Why are you saying sorry, friend? Why are you saying sorry? So, yeah, like, honestly, I feel like this is a little bit shorter today. I've only been on here for 20 minutes, so I do want to stay on live a little bit longer, and I want to talk. I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk about y'all's money mindset. I'm excited to get to a point because, number one, I wholeheartedly believe manifestation. I've seen it. I've experienced it many times over. So it's never about, for me at least, it's never about, okay, getting my manifestation. It's gotten to a point of impatience about when. So when it comes to my money mindset, I know for sure that I'm shifting my money mindset. So it's kind of it's in between of impatient, anticipation, and excitement. All of those emotions together is how I be feeling about my manifestation. So when it comes to my money mindset, it's like, okay, I know for sure that my money mindset is going to improve and money will be a lot easier for me to deal with, manage, experience. But how soon? You know? Devin, you said there was... Okay, Devin. Look, that is not on topic, friend. That is not on topic. I need us to stay on topic. Don't say nothing in these comments that's going to get you put in timeout, buddy. You don't want to go to timeout, buddy. Don't say nothing. No, but for real. Again, the affirmation, it says, I deserve to be financially free and secure. Do you guys feel like y'all are financially free? Is what I want to know. Okay, well, I'm not. One day when I get to that point, we're gonna have to link up. But right now, I'm not at that point right now. Right now, I'm focusing solely on, you know, the community that I'm growing online. But I will definitely reach out. I'm gonna go to Africa whenever it's time. But I'm really highly engaged in trying to grow my community on here, getting consistent people who have the same mindset, who want to improve their mindset, who want to be better, who want to manifest better for their lives. I want to work with people who are struggling financially, maybe are homeless, people in these type of areas. I want to support their mindset because I do think as long as it's not mental health issues, a lot of these things can be overcame easily through just shifting perspective and finding your energy to, like, your motivation to get it done. People who are struggling, like maybe you just graduated, you don't know what to do. Are you people who lack community, who lack parental support, who lack familial support, people who feel disconnected from the groups that they're in. Like, these are the people who I want to work with and support right now. Women who are leaving toxic, bad relationships, women who are learning to validate themselves, who seek external validation, women who will have obsessive behaviors when it comes to relationships that are no longer working out. I lack international connections. It don't seem like it because you connecting, friend, and we in 2 different countries. We connecting, friend. Let's see what the moon is looking like today, y'all. Since we're talking about manifestation. Money highs in international trade. Really? I never heard that before. I wonder how. Like, how does that work? So today, the moon is in Aries, last quarter Aries. So let's look it up. This is a perfect time to get some exercise in, is in Aries. Of course, everything depends. Not everybody has the same connection to these things. So I think it's waning quarter moon. So for example, the cost to build a car in Africa is half the cost in America. If you manufacture the part for the car in Africa and sell it in first world country like America, you make full-time profit. Oh, that's why you say money hides in international trade, because when you sell it overseas, they double the price. Okay. So today, if you're into manifestations, if you're into moon, following the moon, today is a perfect day to really look at some of the misfortunes you've experienced in your life, and if you're possibly internalizing some of your anger. You know, a lot of Aries moon people I've seen, they are impulsive. Some of them have anger issues, or have a particular relationship with anger. I know one Aries moon that I used to know. This person used to write so hard that the paper would literally come up on the sides. That's how hard the Aries moon used to write. It was crazy. So I feel like Aries moon people in general can be tough in emotions. They have a hard time really like connecting to some emotions and dealing and processing emotions. Some people put that out on everybody else, but for other Aries moon, they may internalize it. So again, it's not just for people who are Aries moon, just today in general. If you feel like you may have internalized anger, this is the time to focus on it. Where in your childhood or in your earlier years of life is this internalized anger coming from? Internalized anger, I'm gonna give y'all a proper definition of what that means, but right now what it means is just anger that you keep inside. Look at it like that. Let's look up what the proper definition. Internalized anger. So some people, if you went through financial issues in your life and you feel like it was somebody else's fault, you may internalize that, and you be like, okay, even though I had nothing to do with the financial issues I went through in my life, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. But internalized anger, also known as repressed anger, is the tendency to hold in or suppress anger rather than expressing it in a healthy way. So keeping it in you instead of expressing it. Oh my God. So this is a perfect day to do emotional regulation techniques, especially in regards to anger and frustration. This is a perfect time to express anger through, like, maybe you need to a punching bag, maybe you need to hit the pillows, maybe you need to go exercise, maybe you need to go jump rope, maybe you need to go scream. You know, sometimes that's important, because internalized anger can lead to mental health issues, low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, passive aggressive behavior. Let me say that again. Passive aggressive behavior. It could affect your physical health by leading to physical problems, headaches, muscle tension. I know sometimes when I'm like super frustrated, my jaws get very tight, like, and it's hard to relax until I express those emotions. It can lead to difficulties in relationships, difficulty expressing needs, setting boundaries. You can have strained relationships due to passive aggressive behavior. So it's not good to keep anger repressed. This is a perfect time to express your anger. Whatever you need to do, as long as you're not harming anybody else, this is the time to express your anger today. So that is how you're going to manifest. You're going to focus on what you want, and whatever is frustrating you or angering you and making you feel like you can't have it, you're going to just punch it out on the pillows. Doom, 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 doom. Let me think. So let's say your goal is you want to be in a healthy, committed relationship. You want a woman, you want a man, you want to be loved, but you feel like every time you in a relationship with somebody, they are liars. They're lying to you. But the problem is you never sat up here and was like, you know, you may confront them and be like, okay, why are you lying? But you never kept your boundaries to yourself and left the relationship after they lied. Okay, so you never left the relationship. So now you lowered your boundaries, lowered your standards. Now you're resenting really yourself. Initially, you're resenting yourself, but that resentment is also towards your partner that you kept, although they mistreated you and had you lowering your boundaries and had you lowering your standards. So now you're holding resentment, which is turning into anger and passive aggressive behavior. Passive aggressive, let me define that for y'all too. Passive aggressive. Hopefully y'all know what aggressive means. A pattern of indirectly expressing negative emotions. Hi. Through subtle acts of resistance, defiance, or neglect. So not complying, not listening. Instead of just saying like you can't do it, you can't say no to people. You just like start messing stuff up because you can't say no. You're afraid people are going to take advantage of you. You feel like a victim. You're avoidant. So these are things that are passive aggressive. Okay. Ignoring people is a sign of passive aggressiveness. Silent treatment, backhanded compliments, sarcasm, procrastination, playing the victim. These are all signs of you being passive aggressive. Instead of just expressing yourself and saying this is how I feel, you're indirectly expressing that you're not okay with these things. So if you're dealing with passive aggressive natures, this is the perfect day to kind of journal through it, write through it, express your emotions. Will, are you an Aries moon? I tend to become, what you tend to become, friend? Too direct. But there's a difference. If you draw a line, that means it's a boundary. So there's never a too direct unless it's aggressive. Once you draw a line, that direct means that this is the boundary that I have. Then they say I'm rude. So then that means you just have to find a balance. Because you cannot be passive aggressive. It's just not healthy. Like when you are passive aggressive, you cannot get your needs met in an efficient way, in a healthy way. So as long as you draw that line and you communicate, this is my line, this is what I can and cannot do, there's no rule to it. There can't be no rule. But it sounds like when you draw that line, it could be you become rude and hostile because you've been holding the passive aggressiveness in. And you just don't know how to communicate it effectively yet. So it sounds like the next thing that you could do, can't diagnose you just listening to what you're saying. But the next thing you could do is just start practicing communicating your needs in various ways. So if you can start communicating your needs and just start using the word need more, put need in your vocabulary. I need a straw. I need some time. I need 15 minutes. You know, get clear on your needs. I need to go to sleep. I need to eat. I'm hungry. If you can start using the word need more often, I think that could be supportive to your passive aggressive behavior. But yeah, if anything, that's a perfect thing to do to manifest today, y'all. If you're wanting to manifest today with the Aries moon, start using the word need. Write a list of like 10 things that you need, whether emotional, spiritual, physical, mental. What do you need today? Write your needs down. And then also, extra step 2, if you want to be a professional, write a sentence using that need, saying I need this because, and explain why you need it. Because needs are different from wants. Now, the things that you want are not things that you need. It's only a few things that people need. Humans need food, water. We need shelter if we want to stay safe from the outside. We need community. We need friends. We need love. We need unconditional love. We need to feel supported. We need respect. We need our self-esteem. We need it's many things that humans need. We need a lot of things, but everybody's different. One thing that I may need is different from what another person may need. Did y'all make sure y'all voted and liked? I'm about to head up out of here today. Today we talked about being afraid of money. Many people don't realize that they're afraid of money. Hey, JR7. Many people don't realize that they're afraid of money. There's a lot of reasons. We talked about some people being afraid of money because of the fact that they feel like money makes people evil, which is only true for some people, but it's not true for everybody. Money does not make everybody evil. We talked about being afraid of spending a lot of money and worrying about spending a lot of money and shifting that mindset. Me personally, that was one of my things is, oh my God, I'm spending so much money. Oh my God, I'm worrying because I'm spending so much money. But for me, shifting that mindset comes with having better organization with my money, because I know that, well, if I have the money, I can spend the money. What else? We talked about how to manifest with the Aries moon. It's the last quarter Aries moon. And the best thing that I suggest for anybody who wants to manifest today is to write a list of needs. Not wants, but needs. What do you need? At least 10 things that you need so that you can learn how to communicate them more effectively and you don't have to deal with passive aggressive behavior. At least you doing the passive aggressive behavior. And yeah, that's what we talked about. We're ending the poll at 15 votes. So 13% said yes, 60% said no, 27% said I don't know. But I think the 60% that said no is lying. You guys are a bunch of liars. Because if you wasn't afraid of money, where the money? Where the money at? If you're not afraid of money, then where the money at? Where the money at? Thank you so much, JR7. I appreciate it so much. And I hope that the beauty that you guys see inside and outside of me can reflect and pour into you guys as well. Yes, I gotta go to Will. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for coming on today. I appreciate the conversations. I'm excited for tomorrow's conversation. Let's get to the bag. Let's get our money up. Let's get our mind set. Let's get our mind set for success, period. Have a good day.